Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be making my May bullet journal theme. You guys know that sometimes when I don't know what theme I want to do, I'll ask for theme ideas on my Instagram story or on TikTok just to see if anyone has any good ideas. And this month for May, I didn't have an exact direction that I wanted to go in, but I had two themes that I was thinking of. So I took to my Instagram story and posted a poll of two very vague concepts because you guys know I don't like to spoil what my theme is before the start of the month. I asked on Instagram if everyone would rather have a vibrant, summer, fun, wholesome, cute theme or one that was more edgy, cool, sexy, retro, nostalgia, funky. At the very end, it pulled more towards the edgy theme, so that is what we're going to do. So my May theme is going to be traditional tattoos. This is a theme that I have wanted to do for a really long time. Love the look of traditional style tattoos. I love the colors, I love the thick, beautiful line art, I love the way they stylize people and animals, and I also feel like it's an art style that is so immediately recognizable, so I thought it would be a really cool thing to adapt into a journal theme. I made a really cool Pinterest board of a bunch of ideas for this journal theme, including references from real tattoo artists, so I'm going to send you over to my desk in just a second to show you that Pinterest board. But I did want to, at the very beginning, give a shout out to another creator who really inspired me for this theme, and that is Riboflavin. I'm sure if you are on TikTok and you're in the same side of TikTok that I'm on, you've definitely seen videos by her before. She does fashion and makeup content, and she is really known for having super highly themed, stylized aesthetics. She used to do more of like a retro 70s style, but now she does more like goth, Y2K, stuff like that. I've been a big fan of her for a long time, and I often take inspiration from her feed, but one makeup look she did a few years ago has stuck with me forever. She did a makeup look becoming a trad tattoo lady, and I'll put some pictures of it on the screen. These makeup looks are so incredible. They're so detailed. They look so real. And ever since she did that, I knew that I needed to do a journal theme inspired by trad tattoos. So I just wanted to give a big shout out to Emily before I send you over to my desk to check out my Pinterest board. Okay, I'm here at my desk. I'm going to show you my Pinterest board. So I basically just pinned a bunch of like flash sheets of tattoo designs as well as photos of tattoos that I like. So this is the style that I want to go for, and also I really like all of these color palettes. I feel like this style of tattoo kind of tends towards to being a more colorful and like blocky style of tattoos, which I really like. And like I mentioned in the intro of the video, I love the way that faces are stylized in this tattoo style. All of these women faces, I feel like they're so cool. I love their eyes. I love the texture of the hair with like the lines and the shading. And I have this idea to be able to emulate all of this like gradient work, like the shading goes kind of in and out, fading in the hair, to do kind of like a pointillism, like dots to fade the colors into one another. I haven't really decided yet what actual things I'm going to draw. I know I want the divider to be a person, maybe just draw some other like iconic tattoo styles for some of the other pages, like a heart with like a banner around it, like roses, dice, like other just like really common tattoos in like butterflies probably. But I feel like it will be really fun to just play with it as I go and experiment, because in reality I can just draw anything as long as it's in this style. The other main thing that I pinned is a couple of common tattoo fonts. So I have this one that is like super classic that you would see on these like banners. I think I'm gonna try and do these like ribbon banners with this font for all of the headers on the pages, just so it can be really consistent. And I did want to show this. I'm pretty sure this is one of the tattoos that Emily Riboflavin was inspired by as well. It's like a butterfly woman. I feel like drawing something like this would be so fun, and it also feels very me. I also saw this picture of a really cool sleeve. I don't know if this is the owner's post, but this is, it's by Tiffany Hernandez. This sleeve is so cool because it looks like she had a bunch of individual tattoos, like this cowboy woman, this butterfly, a flower, cactus, this like wolf on her hand. And then to connect the sleeve all together, they did this like border that like goes around each individual tattoo. It looks so cool, and I love this little dotted border, so I think I'm gonna try and incorporate that into my spreads too. So let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome to my desk. I have a couple things to show you. I already did some sketching in my actual journal that I will show you, but first I wanted to show a page from my junk journal. I had this idea to do this traditional tattoos theme a long time ago, and I wasn't sure like how it was going to translate onto the page. So I did a page in my junk journal, which is also kind of like a sketchbook, just to test out like the style that I would draw it in. I did this a couple months ago and I really liked it. I feel like it's so fun. So this is the page that I drew. These are not any of my original designs. All of these are referenced from real tattoo artists that I looked at on Instagram and some on Pinterest. So I don't want to take any design credit for any of these designs, but I did just want to practice drawing in this style because I feel like it has such a very specific and recognizable style, especially this like dot pointillism thing that goes on in a lot of these designs. And when I did this, I decided that I definitely wanted to do this as a journal theme at some point, and now is the time. So now I'm gonna show you the sketches that I did in my actual bullet journal. Can we take a minute to appreciate my last SpongeBob Weekly spread? This one is so cool. Okay, so here is my sketch for the cover page. So I knew I wanted to do like a woman's face for cover page because I feel like it's very striking. It'll be recognizable because it will hopefully be in that style. And also I feel like it's something that I like to draw. So I have this character who's kind of like a butterfly lady. She has the wings coming out of her head. These are all kind of referenced from different tattoo artists. Like these wings were inspired by one person. Some of the facial features were inspired by another set of designs I saw. The one thing that I have not yet decided is I did this little inner border that I think is cool and it will like add some interest to the spread, but I don't know if I want to fill in inside of this border with a skin tone color so that it looks like it's actually sitting on skin. When I did this spread, I feel like this really looks like a sheet of like flash that you would see outside of a studio. And I like that, but I feel like it would give more tattoo if the background was a skin tone. And then I also did a little sketch up here. I decided I wanted to do some little common like tattoo images. So I did some dice, a ladybug, and a horseshoe, and some stars because these are all like symbols of luck, which I feel like would be cute. And I feel like those are all really common tattoos. I know for my illustration page, I want to do a woman and a tiger because I really love especially trad style tattoos of tigers. I feel like they look so cool. And I have not yet decided what I'm going to do for the rest of the pages. I'm excited. I feel like this one is really cool. So I am going to grab some of my fine liners. I talked about this recently. This is my new favorite fine liner. This is the Sakura Micron Pigma fine liner that I use in all of the sizes that they have pretty much, but I'm obsessed with this one recently. This is the 10 tip. It's so thick. It's like the perfect, especially for this tattoo style. I feel like the lines are always super thick and this one is so satisfying to use. Wait, I also wanted to say somebody commented on Instagram or maybe TikTok recently, I don't remember where, and asked why I wear all of my jewelry on the same hand. The simple answer is that when I'm drawing, I can't stand there being things on my hand. Like I have to take rings and bracelets off of this hand while I draw, but I really like jewelry, so I have to wear it all on my opposite hand. If I'm like going out somewhere, then I can put stuff like on here, because if I'm just like going to a restaurant or going out with friends, like I don't care. But if I'm working or I'm drawing, I can't have anything on this hand. Let me know if anybody else is like that. Time to draw. I've said this in a couple of my recent videos, but I feel like this theme is a really great theme if you don't like drawing that much, or if you don't think that you're very good at drawing, because all of the shapes are super simple and you can look up a lot of great reference imagery and just go from there. So if you're somebody that wants to do something fun in your sketchbook or in your journal that isn't too hard to draw or in depth, this is a really great option for that. Okay, so I have my little header all designed and I feel like it looks so cute, but I'm gonna pick out some of the colors I want to use. I know I'm gonna have a lot of red accents. I just want to pick like maybe 5 colors that I can use as the colors in all of the designs so that they look really cohesive. I want to do what I think is my current favorite color, which is this dark teal. I think I'm gonna need like a yellowy gold, so I'm gonna do this one. Maybe I'll do some sort of like green. I have this like kind of neutral green, which I like. It's kind of like browny green. And then I feel like I'll need like a gray. I think I'm gonna try and just stick to these for the colors. Oh, and maybe if I do a skin tone, I could do like this. And now let's add some color to my little header. So I just filled in my header with all of the colors that I picked out. I basically started with the things that I knew needed to be a certain color, like I did the red for the ladybug, and then I used the other colors and just like picked at them randomly to fill in the rest of my little objects. And as you can see here, I did end up deciding to fill in the background with the skin tone, which I definitely think was the right decision. I liked how it looked with just the white background, but I thought it was just a little bit boring, and the skin tone really like added it to another level and also made it more like immediately recognizable that it was supposed to be tattoo designs. After I did the header for the calendar page, I moved back over to my divider page to do the line art. This took a really, really long time. The actual drawing of this part didn't take that long, but doing the like pointillism hair texture took forever. So I did turn the camera off for a little bit in the middle of it, and also when I did the border, just because I was like, this is taking way too long. I can't like film all of this. But I think it was definitely worth it. It looks so cool. The way that I went about doing it is I did like the major shapes first. Like I drew those wavy lines that went all the way down the length of the hair. And then I used a thicker paint marker, like a Posca marker, to fill in the chunks that I wanted to be black. So I basically did it at like the valley of each wave, and then the hill was supposed to be like the shine part. And then I did that all the way down. So there's a couple different sections of like darkness in each strand of hair. And then I used my like fine liner pen to do the dots. And I feel like the thing that is helpful with this is when you do the big black sections, like with a marker or a pen, a paint pen, to make the edges really raggedy so that when you add the dots in, it like blends easier. I did a similar thing last year in my June theme when I did Bonnaroo, because they have a very similar effect in a lot of their branding. And I feel like that effect is really cool and it looks really stunning to the eye, and it just is really easy. So it makes it something look way harder than it actually was. And I feel like these pops of color really made it and sold it. I really did try to pick colors that are like common colors for these styles of tattoos, like that teal color and the red, which I feel like are really common pops of color for tattoos. And I just think that it looks so cool. The banner with the text looks so cool too. I just am really, really proud of these. Then I moved over to doing my little moments page, where I just did another simple header. On this one, I did some like spider webs and flowers, and I did another little banner for the text. And these ones all turned out super cool too. I will show you in just a second how I sketched out and did my habit tracker page, because that one was super easy, super simple, and an easy one to recreate as well. I finished my calendar, my moments page, and my divider. It's the next day, by the way. And I'm gonna do my little habit tracker. I already did the grid here, and I feel like it looks really cool. And for the illustration, I saw a really cool tattoo of like a flaming 8-ball, which I feel like is such like an iconic design. Like it's really recognizable. So I wanna do that, and I'm just gonna do the habit tracker font up here. I would love to hear if you are somebody that likes tattoos, or if you have them, like what style of tattoos are your favorites. I know I mentioned in this video, I love the look of traditional tattoos, especially if somebody has like a full sleeve of them. I just feel like they look so cool, especially in collections when they're like really colorful, really bold and vibrant. I love those. But nowadays, like I know what's popular is like the really super fine line and dainty tattoos. And honestly, I absolutely love those too. I especially love it when people have like a patchwork, like of a bunch of different really small tattoos kind of spread out across your arm or your leg. I really love the look of those too. They're just like so stunning and dainty. Okay, now I am going to work on my illustration page. This is the little sketch that I just finished. I know I said at the beginning I wanted to do like a woman and a tiger together. So I did another like butterfly lady character, and she's like jumping up because this tiger is like striking at her. I like that it's kind of like cyclical, it's like circular, and I think I'm gonna write Lucky Strike right in the middle. This tiger was partially inspired by a tattoo artist. I think his name is Raul Gomez, and then this one is more of my own creation. I do think I need to give her some clothes though. Could just do like a very fairy looking top and like little shorts. Now let's get to doing some line art. I really love how this page turned out. I think it's one of my favorites from this collection. I don't know why, but in the past few years, I have really been into tigers for some reason. A couple years ago, I did a single cover for my friend Michelle, who I do a lot of work for. She's a singer-songwriter from Canada. You should check her out if you are interested. But I did a cover of her riding a tiger, and I loved that one so much. I thought it was so cool. And since then, I just have loved drawing tigers. I love the look. You guys know I like orange and stuff too. But also, to just get really nerdy for a second, A couple years ago, I retook the quiz on the Harry Potter Pottermore Wizarding World website where you can figure out what Patronus you have. When I first took it a long time ago, I got a Scops owl, which is like a little owl. But I retook it like 2 years ago, and the time when I retook it, I got tiger, and I was so excited about that because I feel like tiger and a baby little tiny owl are so vastly different, but I feel like they can kind of represent two different sides of my personality. So I just really associate myself with tigers nowadays. Tigers and foxes and owls are like some of my favorite animals now. Okay, everyone, we're officially back. I finished all of my spreads, and I'm going to show you what they look like. So here is my iconic divider page. I think this is my favorite. I really love this. The colors are just perfect. I love the texture and the shading. I love the border. Oh my god, I feel like this is like so much cooler than I thought it was going to look like in my head. So I'm really proud of that. Here is my final illustration page and my calendar. This is so cool to me. I love the interplay between these two characters. I just love it. It's so cool. Here's my cute little lucky tattoo symbols header here, and my habit tracker in my moments page. So cool. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see some more from me, as well as keeping up with the rest of the pages throughout the month in my trad tattoo bullet journal theme, definitely follow me over on Instagram and on TikTok, where I post a lot more frequently. I try to post almost every weekday. I take the weekends off, but I always give a little weekend recap of my life. You can follow me on Instagram at graciecreates and on TikTok at graciecreates. And I'll see you next time. Bye!